Stephen.
No, that click, 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 click isn't Stephen. Run. Howdy, folks, and welcome to Moon Knight. It is 20 minutes after release. It's 12:20 Pacific time on Wednesday morning. I am excited. I want to be excited. If you've watched the last three reactions to episodes 1 through 3 of Moon Knight, you know that I'm not terribly impressed with this series so far. You'd have to watch to know all the details, but in short, I think it's been very slowly paced, a little too slowly paced, and they've been making some what I consider some dumb story decisions. But I am very excited about the story they're trying to tell, and I want it to, I want it to work out, and I want to see the end of it. So I'm excited about that, and I'm also 100% confident, since I've loved how every series has ended, that I will love how this series ends. I know I will. I'm just struggling along the journey. But I decided, I was even questioning whether or not I wanted to jump right in and watch this as soon as it dropped. And it took me about 15 minutes to decide, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Because, just like I said, I haven't been terribly excited about the first three, but I am hopeful and jazzed for the back half of this series. And I'm hoping that it's going to deliver. So, it left off with our guys, Mark, Stephen, and a third personality, because both of them didn't know who did the stabbing, losing their Moon Knight powers and the connection to in their avatar status, but needing to rescue the god that they are the avatar for. So I hope that doesn't take too long to do. Or I hope that they're able to defeat the bad guy, even without their powers, right? So, anyway, hopeful. Here we go. Okay, so here's his permanent prison cell, permanent home, until Mark is able to rescue him, Mark and Stephen and whoever else that person is. With an oil lamp that needs to be refilled on a regular basis, of course. I wonder who's going to do that, but unless it's magically constantly filled with oil, kind of like a Doctor Strange constantly filling the beer mug. Oh, wow. Yeah. They're trying to show us that there's so many other gods that have been imprisoned. Wow. That looks like Horus, but Horus was out already, right? It's got the big dog ears or whatever. I thought Horus had an avatar there, so. Wow, a lot of the gods. I wonder if they free them all. That would be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? Am I counting 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, counting 10. I want to congratulate him for having 4 intros with 4 different, not only musical genres, or musical pieces, but musical genres. I mean, you could maybe qualify this one as being the same genre as the Marvel theme itself. Sort of orchestral, right? Western orchestral. But it's kind of cool that they've had 4 different musical themes. Western orchestral, it's almost operatic. One of you wake up. Stephen, Mark, whoever. Okay, so these are clearly the bad guys coming to sent on his orders now. Okay, I'm trying not to be negative. They figured out where these two were, but these two can't figure out where they were. Okay. Two little nitpicks. Sorry. They came in shooting with the intent of killing these people, her and him. They circle the truck and say, I think somebody's by the truck. Let's check it out. They don't bother. They have a machine gun with, you could see belts of ammo. They don't bother just putting a dozen rounds through the truck just to be sure. They don't need the truck. Why wouldn't they? Their intent is to kill them. They see him and say, looks like he's dead. Why doesn't the machine gunner just go pop, 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 pop a few rounds into him just to be sure? Hey, come on. Oh, he can't swivel that around, huh? That appears to be a Modus, an M2, a 50 caliber machine gun, could easily go right through that Jeep. There's no reason he couldn't continue shooting at her when she ducked behind it. Again, I'm sorry. I'm nitpicking real-world things. I do that. I got to nitpick that. No way it would cook off those rounds that fast. Wouldn't happen. It would eventually, I guess, if you left it there long enough. But it was still fun.
And you didn't think that maybe I should have been made aware of that?
Yeah, that's a good argument for Stephen because he's trying to get out of it, but he's a compassionate personality. He would feel bad about taking something that she cared about away from her without consulting with her. But you can see from the discussion he's trying to figure out a way out of it. So she does now have the location of where the tomb is based on the spinning back the sky. So they drove there. Fortunately for them, 50 caliber rounds. I should go back and look at the ones that cooked off to see if they really were 50 caliber. Were shot through this Jeep, and yet nothing critical was hit. They've done a lot of work. Uh-oh. Who's been here? Who attacked? I guess his people were attacked, but who did it? The bad guys' people.
I have to say it.
Aw.
God's avatar, and he won't let that happen.
Good, tell her.
I feel like you should know that.
Being honesty.
Nice. Is that really cheating? I mean, from her perspective. That's her husband. I mean, he's got a personality disorder, and he thinks he's somebody else. It's her husband. Of course, Mark thinks it's cheating.
Oh!
That was funny. Mark got just enough control to punch him in the face for kissing his wife. Yeah. Did Mark kill him, though? I don't think Stephen would have any memory of that. Oh, boy. Not only did something attack them with knives, but they were shooting. I wonder if they... Here's a theory. Did they all kind of go crazy and start, like, attacking each other? Oh, so I didn't get that. I mean, I got that he drew the eye of Horus, right? I get that, the shape, but what I didn't get was the connection. I guess the paths leading away were leading away in the same shape as that? Is that what was going on? I don't think they made that quite clear. Tell me in the comments if that was clear to you. I think it is, based on the fact that they knew exactly where to go once they realized it was the tongue, the mouth. Oh, a lot of blood in here, too. Are they holding weapons that looked a lot like... Are they snakes? Or are they weapons, like blades that look like that blade that we saw on the sand up top in the tent? So did they awaken? Or did they possess some of the workers? Oh, wow. Not only did they kill them, but they already took out like their organs and put them in these little jars, right? That's what they would do when they mummified people? Ew. Yeah, that's one of them.
Stephen?
No, that click, 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 click isn't Stephen. Run. I do like that they've kept the pace up in this episode. I'm happy. It's a good sign. Well, no going back that way. Yeah, I was going to say, it's not going to give up. Uh-oh. And she's hanging on. Yeah, cliffhanger. Literal.
Alexander the Great.
Really? Okay. Okay, so are we getting to the conclusion that he killed her father? Mark did? Or that he feels guilty about her father's death, maybe.
Oh, everything.
Good luck.
The average looter wouldn't think to look.
Inside the body. I don't think it's a case of Mark having pulled the trigger or whatever. I think if he was there, he just feels really guilty about it.
Are you done?
Ah, the little statue. Aha. So when they talked about they imprison all the gods the same way in these little statues. And they just put that one, they hid that one there instead of putting it in one of the alcoves. So now there's 11. Well, we knew about her being imprisoned. So potential of 11, including Khonshu, being resurrected or freed, I guess.
Of course I didn't.
But he was there.
But you were there.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Click clacks. Oh, you're not going to hold him off with that. They got to set up a situation where the other gods get freed to stop. I imagine that he does get Amit and does free her, but then they have to figure out a way to get the other gods to be freed as well, and they turn and they stop Amit. I would imagine. Maybe? I don't know. That one looked close to the heart. That must be very disgusting water.
I can't save anyone.
Is the water going to have some kind of healing properties or something? Oh, is he sinking? Is this a supernatural kind of metaphorical sinking, or is it really that deep? Yeah, it's a metaphorical thing because he's like in space now. Or just a blackness, a void. Wait a minute, we're in a kind of a 4:3 ratio here? What? Is this like a flashback or something? What's going on? Or a TV show? It's a TV show within the TV show, right? Is this like an afterlife kind of thing? Everybody's in white. This is not like the real world. There's something weird going on here. That guy was the one on the table, right? Am I mistaken? This guy on the left? I think he was the one who was thrown down on the table and the creepy thing was cutting it up. Cutting him up? Okay.
It's been 5 times this week.
Uh-huh. These are all familiar faces that just popped up throughout the story for him, or for him and her. What's going on? I mean, again, a metaphorical thing, or is this really a supernatural thing?
It's a lot.
Moon Knight figurine?
I can't imagine that too many other
Oh,
people
don't leave him blurry. We know it's him. Come on.
have seen it. To my dog, it's a chew toy. Respect it.
And to him, it's a weapon. To Mark, it's a weapon. This isn't all just in his head. There's something kind of supernaturally going on here, or something. Whose room is he in? One of his personalities. Is this the third personality that they don't know about? Let it out, guys. Come on.
Hi.
Some kind of hippo god? Okay, anybody who understands Egyptian pantheon needs to tell me if there's a hippo god. Seems like a friendly female-ish kind of goddess from the voice. No additional scenes at the end that I can see. Okay, so skipping along. They need to go back and free that third personality that was banging. Because we know there is a third one at least, right? Maybe that's the key to them getting out. But it looks like I said, there's something supernaturally about this, and I think that goddess, I'm guessing it's a goddess that they met at the end, is gonna play some key to saving them, getting them back to the real world. Because it looked like his body was shot in a way that he's gonna need some kind of immediate trauma surgery or supernatural healing ability or something to survive that. So his wife learned that he was guilty, that he was working with the wrong guy who ended up killing her father, and that's how they met, and he's been wanting to tell her. So their whole relationship's been a lie from the beginning. Maybe there is really feelings there. She definitely feels something. And maybe he does too, but there was a based in a lie, so that's not going to feel good for her. But overall, I really enjoyed this episode. This one, I'm glad I watched it right away. This one was paced very well. It kind of slowed down a couple of little times, but those were totally acceptable times, like the discussion about her father. Totally acceptable little slowdowns in the action. And we even had Mark saying, we got to go. You know, realizing the importance of moving along and not just doing that. And of course that cost them. They ended up getting trapped. Or he did. I don't think they quite know she's there yet. And then this last thing at the end was kind of a little weird, but that's fine. Because he was shot, supposedly, you know, perhaps shot dead, but, you know, what's happening here is maybe an afterlife thing or a purgatory kind of equivalent thing. I don't know. But it's been very interesting to find out in the next episode. So I'm very glad I watched this. This was a big improvement. I was seriously down on the first 3 episodes as a whole. This one I liked a lot. You know, on our show, we rate things from anywhere from delete it or skip it to all the way up to watch it now. And I would give this one like a high-end watch it soon. You know, it's or maybe in a low-end watch it now. It's really good. In fact, I'd probably give it a low-end watch it now. I really did enjoy it. So, any other things coming up in this episode that we need answers to? How they're going to, like I said, there's 10 other gods now that have been imprisoned by this group of essentially coward gods who don't want to get involved and don't want to do anything. So there's probably some bad apples in there, but there's probably also some fighters that they can use to help defeat Amit when she's resurrected. So I imagine she's going to be resurrected in the next episode. There's 2 more episodes, right? She's going to be resurrected. They're going to have to somehow figure out how to get at least Khonshu, but maybe the other gods freed. Resurrected is the wrong word, right? Freed. To fight her, and that's going to happen in the final episode, I imagine. So it looks like I don't think you can avoid being well-paced at this point and almost breakneck because there's a lot of stuff going on that needs to be resolved. So I loved it. Thank you very much, guys, Marvel, for doing this, making me get excited about Moon Knight. I was excited as I went into it, but then kind of depressed a little bit, but very excited now. So let me know in the comments what you loved about it, what I missed. I'm sure I missed stuff. What you think about this afterlife or whatever this thing is, what's going on here, and who is the third personality? I know the comics probably say, and you can tell me. I don't mind that kind of spoiler. You can tell me what happened in the comics if there's a third personality. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.